Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, November 15th, and it is time for Lunch with Lori. Today, we are going to use a stamp set that is in the mini catalog and some bright designer series paper. Let me turn the volume off on my laptop so I don't get any feedback. All right, sorry I'm a smidgen late today. I had to pick up some things from my stamping partner Sarah, and then I wasn't quite done cutting my paper for this class. So here I am, a little discombobulated as usual. This is Lori Bradley, and I am in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am excited to show you several things today. We're going to do 3 cards, and I'm going to use one stamp set, which is called Throughout the Year. And it's, like I said, in the September to December mini catalog. And it has occasions, stamps for every occasion that you could want. The carryover list was just released yesterday for items that will still be going through to be carried over. And thank goodness this was one of the stamp sets that's carrying over because it is so versatile. Like, there are stamps for every occasion throughout the whole year. And you can see it, I'm going to show you on page 61 of the holiday mini catalog, the September to December mini catalog. And it's $24, and it has everything that you could possibly need. I'm going to use 3 cards today, or make 3 cards, use 3 different stamp sets. We're going to do a thank you, a birthday, and a you mean so much to me, which could be used for any occasion. And I'm going to use the Brights Designer Series paper pack, which has 2 sheets of every color. So there's 4 patterns. Each pattern, or pattern, as our middle son used to say when he was small, there's a little hash mark. This is the pumpkin pie piece of paper, and every color in each family has the same patterns. This is the hash mark one, and on the back of that is hearts, and then there's a big diagonal stripe that just looks like paintbrush. It's not an even, it's not a zebra stripe, but at the same time it's not an even coating stripe. It's just done with a brush. And then on the back of that is polka dots. Polka dots are my, oh goodness, bless me, my absolute favorite. But I'm only going to make one of the cards with polka dots today. I tried to show you 3 different patterns. So let's get started. There are 40 sheets of paper in each of these packets. So, and they are $12.50. These packets come in each color family: the brights, the regals, the subtles, the neutrals, and also the in color families. And each packet is the same, it's just different colors. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, so our first card, I'm going to do simple. I'm going to go simple. It's going to be a thank you card. And I did it in Christmas colors because you never know when you're going to need a thank you card for a Christmas gift that you receive. So the 2 colors that I chose are Poppy Parade and Lemon Lime Twist. I did the sample with the Lemon Lime Twist panel and Real Red, or Poppy Parade Designer Series paper. And for my other one, I'm gonna do the opposite. So this is an easy little card that anybody could do, and you could switch the colors, and it could be any color. It's whatever your favorite color is. You can make it Flirty Flamingo and black. You can make it Daffodil Delight and Granny Apple Green. But I decided to just do it kind of Christmassy, and I'm going to do it the opposite direction. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining me today. All right. So there's that panel. Super simple. I'm going to attach, I'm not going to attach that to the card base yet. I'm going to stamp thank you. I'm going to go ahead and use Poppy Parade ink because that is the brighter of the 2. My white scrap, and I'm going to use the double oval punch. I'm not going to punch the scallop, and I did do a little boo-boo. Lucky for me, I have some scraps here. Typically, I would punch this circle out of the back mat, but I got in such a hurry that I forgot to do that. So let's stamp the thank you. In case you're joining me late, I'm using the Throughout the Year stamp set that's in the September to December mini catalog. And I saw the retiring list and the carryover list yesterday, and it is actually carrying over. So it'll be a great stamp set to have in your stash. So I'm going to punch the thank you. It's in the Real Red ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and just punch one of the scallops out of scrap paper. I'm going to also do that in red. Poppy Parade. And this is literally a 5-minute or less card after you have your paper cut. Put that on there. Those are made to fit nicely. This one I went horizontal, so I'm going to switch this and I'm going to make it a vertical card. The ribbon that I put on there, I've got 3 different ribbons today to show you. And I'm going to put, so this one is the Ribbon Duo Combo Pack. If you have the Zany Zoo Suite, this is not paper, this is ribbon, came out of that suite, and right now, ribbon through Thursday, ribbons are on sale. So this is your chance to get the ribbon at a discount. All 3 ribbons that I'm going to show you today are actually on sale. So I'm just going to wrap it around and tape it on the back. I don't want a big thick bow because sometimes these note cards are pretty tight in the envelopes. So I'm going to just tape it on the back wherever you would like to put your sentiment. And this ribbon is Lemon Lime Twist and Petal Pink. There's a petal pink piece as well, and it's a stripe. Let me show you that really quick. A stripe, and then the Lemon Lime Twist has a little bit of stitching in it. So they're different, but they coordinate with the Designer Series paper that goes with the Zany Zoo bundle. All right, so just wrap it around, pull it taut, and then tape it on the other end. Just like that. Except you should probably do it straight. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue down this panel onto my note cards. And actually, the note cards and envelopes are also on sale this week. And I must admit, I don't remember if they were 10 or 15% off. The ribbons are 10%, so I think the paper, or actually the note cards might be 20%. I need to check that. Because it's a great deal, especially Cardstock. Cardstock, which is normally $10 a pack, is on sale for $8. So that is a huge savings. I did stock up on Cardstock fairly recently, but I think I might have to get some more. But I would not wait if I were you. If you need Cardstock, I would say go for it, because yesterday I tried to order Cherry Cobbler Cardstock and it was already gone. It's out of stock. And there you have it, just a simple Christmas thank you card. You could always add rhinestones if you would like. All 3 of my cards today could easily use rhinestones. I don't have those in here. And you could color with the blends and add a little bling. But if you have, if you need thank you gifts or a Christmas gift for your teacher, these would be perfect and simple. And teachers always need thank you cards. So these would be perfect for them. You could use any paper, really. You could use the Merry and Bright paper, would also be a cute Christmas thank you. But I'm using the Brights paper today, so that's what you got. All right, the next card is not necessarily a specific occasion. It could be a Valentine if you would like. And I used the You Mean So Much, so we're just going to stamp that in black today. And for this one, I chose the Melon Mambo. I used the hearts. I have a Melon Mambo panel, and out of that, I cut 2 radiating stitches hearts. And I don't know if you've seen the Radiating Stitches dies. They're actually an online exclusive. They're only available if you look online, but they're actually really fun. There's outlines. There's one that cuts a little stitch around the outside of the square, so that's that one. And this one, the biggest one, cuts an actual frame out. And then there's two sizes of circles. There's a bigger circle that actually makes circles, and then a smaller one. And then the heart. And today I used the heart die to cut some hearts to go on that match my heart paper. So those are a fun addition to, I was trying to decide what embellishments I was going to use on this card, and I remembered these dies and thought, oh, that'd be perfect. Also, another, and then I'm going to use the black and white gingham ribbon. That is also on sale. Any of the ribbon and trims, the linen thread, anything that's in the annual catalog is actually on sale. Those ribbons, if it's in the mini catalog, it is not, but in the annual catalog, it sure is. So take advantage of that. All right, so I have a black 4 1/4 by 11 card base. I'm gonna fold that and set that aside for just a second. And then I have these two panels, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach those together. You could also, pick your pattern, whichever pattern makes you happy. There's 4 different patterns to choose from in each color. But this one, since you mean so much to me, I thought hearts would be perfect. There's also in the stamp set a Valentine stamp. So Be My Valentine would also be perfect, or you could use that with the Poppy Parade as well. Okay, so there's the base and the panel. Those are ready. And now I need to stamp You Mean So Much to Me. I did ink my ink pad, but I'm a little nervous that it's not inky enough. Hopefully it looks all right. We'll see how this goes. This one would also be great with some rhinestones that have been colored with whatever color your hearts are. All right, this one needed to be inked a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to take the gingham ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around. It's black and white. If you wanted to take a marker and color this, you could make it Melon Mambo as well, but I'm just going to leave it black and white so it's a little bit more of a contrast. And here we go again, tying bows and ribbons on my cards. Surely if I do this every week for my online classes, I will be an expert at bow tying at some point in my life, maybe by the time I'm 80. So that's going to be my life goal, to be a decent bow tyer. I've been doing this long enough that I should be a little better. All right. My college roommate used to say, it's good enough for who it's for. And typically that was when she was cooking for me, and whatever she made was good enough for me. So that's kind of been my standard of cards sometimes. It's good enough for who it's for, but you always want your cards to look nice. And so sometimes I struggle with it a little bit and try to get it, I fuss with it way too much. All right, so there's our bow. And then I don't like that one. We're gonna do that again. Maybe I'll put a little more ink. Actually, if you have never inked an ink pad, if you've never inked your ink, I have the Memento Black, and I have the Memento Black ink refill. And you just, make sure you can see that. Take it and just squish it around the top. It's soaking in pretty well, so I think maybe my pad was pretty dry. Okay. So after you've got it inked, I do let it sit for just a minute so that it soaks in And then just tap your ink pad on there. Hopefully this is better. This big word much is causing me a little bit of much grief. All right, this one we're going with. I only brought two. The die cut that I used for this, I forgot to tell you that, is one of the Nested Essentials, which is also in the annual catalog, and it is very useful for sentiments. There we go, much better. Much is much better. Okay. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. And then it's going to go right over the top of the ribbon. I do love easy cards that are easily replicated, that you can do. Sometimes layers and things are a little tricky. All right, let's move it up just a little bit. All right, now that I have the ribbon on here, I can go ahead and attach it to my card base as well. I'm going to do it, actually, maybe since I have this ribbon on here, what do you think I should do? I think I should use dimensionals on the back now that I've already put adhesive. It'll just be double sticky. And I didn't tie my ribbon super tight, so it has a little bit of a, you can always add a little tape on the back of that to hold it in place as well, just so it doesn't wiggle around on you. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean my room after this. I have dimensional backs on the floor and cardstock behind me on the holder. So if you wonder what I'm doing this afternoon after class, I am cleaning out my craft space. All right, then I wanted to add some of the hearts. I think I'm going to do 2 pink and a black like I did on the last one. The black one, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on, and I'm going to kind of poke him in behind, just, I'm not going to say willy-nilly, but sort of willy-nilly. He's going to go right there. And then the other two, I'm going to kind of put over the top. So I'm going to put a little I'm going to use a small dimensional for this, just so. I'm going to lay it up there. I'm going to put it on this corner so that there's a dimensional that keeps it even with the sentiment. Do that there. And then let's do another one. I'm going to do it down in this corner. So I'm going to put a dimensional at the bottom, because if I put a dimensional at the top, it's going to be really high in the envelope. And again, if I had all the time in the world, I would grab my rhinestones. I think I would grab my rhinestones, put a couple on there, and color those with blends so that they matched. All right, so there is card number 2, You Mean So Much. And again, the gingham ribbon is in the annual catalog in black and white gingham. It's been around for a while, and it is so versatile, especially since you can color it with a marker or a stamp and blend. All right, so there is card number 2. And then the third card. Yesterday, if you were watching my Facebook Live yesterday, which was my last Christmas card series, I showed 3 cards, 2 fun folds. That was one, and this was just a plain regular fold, a good old boring one. That one, and then I showed you a different fun fold, and it was kind of like a double card. And I promised that I would show you again today with a non-Christmas theme, so you could see it in a different way. So I'm going to make this card again. I'm going to use the same stamp set that I've been using, and also I'm going to show you a different ribbon. So the ribbon that I'm going to choose for this one is the sheer ribbon combo pack, and it actually comes with 3 different colors. It comes with Lemon Lolly and Bubble Bath, and those are both in the subtles category. I'm not going to use these today, but they're so pretty. They have a little bit of shine on the side, just almost a little bit of silver. And then the one I'm going to use today is the Azure Afternoon, and it's the turquoise, and it has some silver on the side. So that's the one I'm going to use for today. I'm going to set that right there. And just like yesterday, I'm going to show you how I cut my designer series paper. And I'm going to use the same template that I had yesterday. And so this is a 6x6 piece of paper. I'm going to use the polka dot side today because polka dots are my favorite. And we're going to cut it at 3 3/4 by 5, and then we're going to cut the strip over on this side at 2 1/4 so that we have these 4 pieces. Before we assemble our card. So we're going to cut at 3 3/4. So that's the first cut. And then you're going to have a long skinny strip, and you're going to have the wider strip that's 3 3/4 by 6. We're going to turn that, and we're going to cut 1 inch off of one end. It doesn't matter which end, but I'm going to cut it off of that end because that's closer. This is the only piece that we're not going to use. If it was a smaller pattern on the back, I would probably use it, but I'm going to use a white strip today just so it's not quite so crazy. So I'm going to set this piece aside, and then this one I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4 and make a 2 1/4 inch square. And then this piece is 3 3/4. So we have 3 pieces of designer series paper that we're going to put onto our card. So for this, I have the card base, which is 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, I believe. Yes, 4 1/4. I'm going to fold that in, and then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 white, basic white panel, and I'm going to put my piece that I just cut, the bigger panel, onto that white so it has a nice crisp border. I'm going to put that around like that, and actually I can go ahead and attach that to my card base. Just like that. So that side is ready, and then we need to decorate the front panel, and that's this one, along with this piece of designer series paper. Put that on there. This is the hardest one that I'm doing today, and it is not hard, it's just several pieces. Layer number 2. And it's going to go right here, and it's going to line up with the polka dots on the other panel. So there's our card base. It's all ready to go, put together. I'm going to set that aside for just a minute, and then I'm going to work on the other piece. And this one folds backwards, and I said yesterday I have a little trouble putting things together like that, so sometimes I have to flip it back over so that I think that's because I'm right-handed. I'm not 100% sure. 2 of our children are left-handed, and my husband and I, neither one are. So maybe they could make this more easily than I could. All right, so then that piece will actually go onto the card base. Let's go ahead and put that on there. I'm going to put that on quite a bit of adhesive all the way around the edges just so it stays on there, because that's the part that's going to open. If you missed yesterday, I also said, oh, hopefully I can move it. I'm not quite centered. You put things on with adhesive, it's always easier to peel the back piece away than it is the front piece. If you pull the front, then you are more likely to tear. All right, let's try this again. All right, that's better. So push that down. So that's going to cover there. All right, so I'm going to put, I just chose a white strip that's the same size as my fold card. I'm going to put that across the front, again, just to give a little bit of contrast and to show our designer series paper. So I just centered that right in the middle, and then this 2 1/4 inch square is going to be the diamond in the middle. You just want to center that on there. And just the little tips of the designer series paper go off. All right, and then the last piece is the sentiment. And we're going to do that with the Azure Afternoon ink. So you don't even need a whole bunch of ink pads. If you switched up your colors of your card bases and your designer series paper, 1 black ink pad would be completely sufficient for all of those, and you could just switch around. You could even use black paper cardstock as your card base so that it was even easier. Or leave it off and you can put whatever occasion sentiment that you need. So happiest of birthdays. We're going to make this a bright, fun birthday card, and we're going to use the modern oval punch again. Hopefully I didn't go too close to the edge here to make it centered. I'm sorry that I didn't bring the bling, because I would have blinged this up a little bit, I think. I'm going to put dimensionals on this one. My small, over there. My dimensionals. It's going to go right on the front. The one yesterday I did flat. Today I decided to pop it up just a little bit. It fits right there. After I get done with these, I will make some, I will add some bling to these so that you can actually see what the bling, colored bling would look like. All right, and then I'm going to tie another bow. This, like I said, this ribbon is also on sale. All 3 ribbons that I've used today, all of the cardstock, all of the designer series paper, everything is on sale in the seasonal sale. So if you have not shopped yet, I will include my host code on the information, and then you can shop. And if you spend $50 on my online store, you'll get a surprise embellishment. I haven't decided which embellishment I'm going to send yet. I'm going to send an embellishment. I'll move that up just a little bit. I think I need ribbon tying 101. And it's just gonna, and if you don't like it, just undo it and do it again. And hope that the next time is better. This ribbon is not as cantankerous as yesterday. Yesterday I had to keep that polka dotted ribbon straight so that all of the sides were the same. There we go. You just have to turn it the correct way to tie the bow. All right. So that is the birthday version of the fun fold. And there's the Christmas version of the fun fold. So they're the same exact card, but they don't look like they're completely the same. This could be turned straight if you wanted to. The diamond just adds a little bit of fun to that. Let me show you my 3 cards again. I set them behind me. maybe. All right, so there's You Mean So Much. Happiest of birthdays. And then I have 2 thank you cards that disappeared. You all saw me make those 2 minutes ago, and now they're already MIA. All right, hot mess. My table is not even that big. Oh, it's upside down. All right. So there's our 3 cards from today that we made today, all using the Brights Designer Series paper, which is on sale, 20% off, so $12.50 and 20% off of that. And then the ribbon is all on sale today, and the ribbon is 10% off. And the cardstock is also 10% off, or 20% off, as well as the note cards and envelopes. So thank you so much for joining me today with Lunch with Lori. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm happy to help with anything. I will put the link, the shopping link, if you would like to shop and receive a free gift from me. And I will be, next week is the day before Thanksgiving. I'm not sure that I will be able to do a live next week. It might be Wednesday the 29th. If I'm able to do next week, I will hop on. Or if I'm out doing something fun with my family, then maybe I'll hop on and show you where I'm actually having lunch that day. So thank you so much. Have a great day. If I don't see you again next week, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.